The pros and cons of being a stepdad. There is a moment when I realize love is asking me to walk into a story that began before I arrived. The photographs may already be on the wall. The traditions may already have names. The children may already have memories, questions, loyalty conflicts, and wounds I did not cause, but will have to respect. That is the doorway into becoming a stepdad. It is not simply falling in love with a woman and gaining a family. It is accepting an invitation into a living, complicated universe where love must be earned slowly, trust must be handled carefully, and my role cannot be copied from a movie script. I believe being a stepdad can be one of the most meaningful callings a man ever accepts, but it can also be one of the most humbling, because I am not walking into a blank page, I am walking into a book already in motion. And if I enter with ego, impatience, or the need to be instantly adored, I may damage the very relationships I hope to strengthen. A stepdad has to arrive with something deeper than charm. He has to arrive with character. One of the greatest gifts of being a stepdad is that I get the chance to become a safe man in a child's life. That title may not come quickly. It may not come at all in the traditional sense. A child may not call me dad. They may be unsure what to call me, unsure how to feel about me, or afraid that caring about me somehow betrays their biological father. I have to understand that their hesitation is not necessarily rejection. It may be loyalty. It may be grief. It may be fear. I believe a child can have room in their heart for more than one caring adult, but I cannot demand that room. I have to earn it through consistency. I earn it when I show up. I earn it when I remember what matters to them. I earn it when I ask about the game, the test, the friend drama, the school play, the drawing, the song, the thing they were excited to tell somebody. I earn it when I do not disappear when the novelty wears off. I earn it when I show them that I am not trying to replace anyone. I am simply trying to be someone they can trust. That is a beautiful kind of responsibility. Research on stepfamilies suggests that close, positive step-parent-child relationships can be associated with fewer emotional, behavioral, and academic difficulties for adolescents. That does not mean I enter a child's life as a fixer. It means my steadiness can matter. A supportive adult can become an extra source of safety, guidance, and belief. I believe that is one of the great pros of being a stepdad. I have an opportunity to add love to a child's world rather than compete for ownership of it. I can teach without preaching. I can model respect. I can demonstrate what it looks like for a man to keep his word, apologize when wrong, protect peace, work hard, cook dinner, listen carefully, show affection appropriately, and treat their mother with honor. Children may forget some of my speeches, but they will remember my patterns. They will remember whether I was calm when the house was tense. They will remember whether I talked down to them or spoke to them like their voice mattered. They will remember whether I made promises carelessly or whether my word carried weight. I believe a stepdad's legacy is often built in ordinary moments. Rides to school, late-night talks, helping with a project, shared jokes, a meal at the table, showing up in the stands, sitting quietly beside a child who does not yet know how to explain what hurts. Being a stepdad can teach me a rare kind of love without possession. Biological parenthood may carry a built-in bond of history, genetics, and shared beginnings. Stepfatherhood asks something different of me. It asks whether I can love even when the relationship does not immediately reward me. It asks whether I can invest in someone who did not choose the circumstances, who may test me, ignore me, resist me, or wonder whether I am temporary. I believe that can make a man deeper. It can strip away the performance of masculinity and leave the real question. Can I be patient? Can I be secure? Can I show up without needing instant credit? Can I offer care without demanding a return? A child may not say thank you. A teenager may roll their eyes. A difficult season may make me feel invisible. But the work is not always invisible. It is simply growing underground. The University of Minnesota's guidance on blended families emphasizes that emotional bonds take time, and that even when close bonds do not form, a respectful relationship is still a meaningful and worthwhile goal. That truth frees me. I do not have to force a movie ending. I do not need to demand affection as proof that I belong. I can aim for respect first, trust second, closeness over time. And if love grows, it grows because it had room to breathe. But I cannot romanticize stepfatherhood. Being a stepdad can be painful. There may be days when I give my best and still feel misunderstood. There may be moments when I am expected to help provide, protect, transport, teach, and support, but reminded that I do not have the same authority as a biological parent. There may be times when a child says something sharp because they are angry about circumstances I did not create. That can hurt. I may want to react. I may want to say, after all I do, this is what I get. But I have to remember, a child's reaction is often about the weight they are carrying, not a final judgment about my worth. They did not choose the breakup, divorce, separation, death, transition, moving homes, changed routines, or new adults entering their life. They may be trying to understand whether loving me means losing someone else. They may test whether I will leave, because part of them has already learned that adults can disappear. I believe the strongest stepdad does not take every hard moment personally. He takes it seriously. There is a difference. Taking it personally makes me defensive. Taking it seriously makes me curious. I can ask, what is this child trying to communicate beneath the behavior? Are they scared, angry, confused, hurt, testing boundaries, missing their other parent, feeling pushed aside? That does not mean I accept disrespect without limits. A healthy home still needs rules, but it means I discipline with wisdom, not wounded pride. One of the most complicated parts of stepfatherhood is discipline. If I walk into a home and immediately try to become the enforcer, I may create resistance faster than respect. I may believe I am establishing order, while the child experiences me as an outsider taking control. I believe authority without relationship often feels like intrusion. That does not mean I become passive. It means I build trust before I try to lead with force. The American Psychological Association has advised that, especially in the early period of a remarriage or committed blended family, the biological parent may need to take the primary disciplinary role while the step-parent develops the relationship and the couple establishes a clear parenting plans. That approach requires alignment between me and my partner. We have to talk before problems explode. What are the house rules? What are the consequences? What decisions can I make? What decisions belong to the biological parent? How will we handle conflict in front of the children? How will we avoid undermining one another? If we do not talk about these things, the children may receive mixed messages, and resentment can grow in every direction. I believe a united couple creates emotional safety for the whole home. That does not mean we agree on everything. It means we disagree privately when possible, speak respectfully, repair openly when appropriate, and refuse to make children carry adult tension. A stepdad can be a guide, a mentor, a teammate, a protector, and eventually a trusted authority. But that role is built, not declared. Then there is the biological father, or, in some families, the absence of him. This can be sensitive territory. Maybe he is involved and loving. Maybe the co-parenting relationship is strained. Maybe he is inconsistent. Maybe he is absent. Maybe there is grief, conflict, addiction, distance, or history I cannot fully understand from the outside. I have to be very careful here. I do not need to compete with him to become valuable. I do not need to insult him to make myself look better. I do not need to turn a child's complicated feelings into an opportunity for me to win. I believe a child should never be made to feel guilty for loving their biological father, if he is safe and appropriately involved. Supporting a child's connection to him can reduce the pressure the child feels to choose siding. If there are serious safety concerns, then the adults should handle those through appropriate legal, professional, and protective channels, not by placing the child in the middle. My role is not to erase a father. My role is to be a man of integrity within the family I have joined. That takes security. It means I do not measure my value by a title. I measure it by my actions. I do not need to be called dad to be dependable. I do not need to be the only father figure to make a lasting difference. I believe love multiplies when it is mature enough not to compete. One of the overlooked realities of being a stepdad is that I am not only building a relationship with the children, I am building a partnership with their mother. If our relationship becomes weak, the whole home feels it. The pressure can be enormous. We may have different parenting styles, different backgrounds, different expectations about money, privacy, discipline, holidays, ex-partners, loyalty, sex, time, and household roles. A child's crisis can quickly become a couple's conflict if we do not communicate. I believe love requires planning, especially in a blended family. We need private time to talk as adults. We need to discuss finances before they become silent weapons. We need to decide how responsibilities will be shared. We need to be honest about what I can offer emotionally, practically, and financially. We need to refuse the fantasy that love alone will solve logistics. Child Trends notes that stepfamilies can be healthy and fulfilling, while also facing distinctive stressors, including complex relationships, uneven legal rights for stepparents, competing obligations, and financial pressures. That is not a reason to fear stepfatherhood. It is a reason to enter it awake. I do not want to say, love will figure it out, and then act shocked when unspoken expectations become resentment. I want to have the hard conversations before the hard seasons force them on us. Money can become a delicate subject in a blended family. I may be contributing to food, housing, activities, transportation, school costs, healthcare, vacations, or daily life. At the same time, there may be child support, custody arrangements, pre-existing responsibilities, unequal incomes, or disagreements about how money should be handled. I believe finances must be discussed with clarity and dignity. Not in the middle of an argument. Not after resentment has already filled the room. Before. What can I afford? What is expected of me? What is appreciated but not assumed? How are major expenses handled? What happens if circumstances change? How do we protect the relationship from becoming transactional? I do not want to use money as leverage. I do not want to say, because I pay, I control. That kind of mindset poisons love. But I also do not want to pretend that money does not matter. A man can be generous and still have boundaries. He can be committed and still need financial transparency. He can love a family and still make wise decisions that protect everyone's stability. I believe a healthy stepdad is not a wallet with a heartbeat. He is a partner with a voice, a plan, and a heart. The greatest pro of becoming a stepdad may be that it teaches me how powerful steady love can be. I may not see the results immediately. I may not receive applause. I may not get the title I imagined. But years later, a child may remember that I came to their game, that I taught them how to drive, that I took them seriously, that I treated their mother well, that I was the adult who did not disappear when life became difficult. That matters. And the greatest con may be the emotional vulnerability of caring deeply in a role that does not come with automatic certainty. I can give love and still feel unsure where I stand. I can invest years and still navigate boundaries I do not control. I can do many things right and still face hard moments I cannot fix. But I believe the answer is not to love less, it is to love wiser. I enter stepfatherhood with patience instead of entitlement. I build relationship before authority. I respect the child's history. I communicate clearly with my partner. I avoid competing with the other parent. I make promises carefully and keep them consistently. I seek family counseling or step-family informed support when the dynamics become too heavy to handle alone. Most importantly, I do not expect perfection from the children, my partner, or myself. I expect a process of learning names, rhythms, fears, dreams, rules, traditions, and repair. A process of becoming a family, not because our story began neatly, but because we chose to write the next chapters with care. I believe being a stepdad is not about replacing what came before. It is about bringing something good to what comes next. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.